Hi everyone, welcome. FPLMattDay here, and this is Game Week 16, your questions answered video. Please give the video a like, get your comments in, and any thoughts you have ahead of Game Week 16, and any questions that you might have as well, in case you missed out on asking some questions on the Twitter post, which I'm going to share screen and answer all of your questions already for this game week. If you're new here as well, please subscribe to the channel as well. We're coming off the back of a midweek game week 15, which was quite disappointing. Didn't quite go how we wanted. Injury problems all round as well for the likes of Son and Mbeumo. So lots to digest. But this is just your questions answered video today. We'll be doing more in the live deadline stream prior to tomorrow's early deadline between Crystal Palace and Liverpool. But look, let's share screen to begin with, and we'll go through your questions, the viewers. If you want your question featured on the next Your Questions Answered video for Game Week 16, then please go to my Twitter page at FPLMattDay and be sure to get your questions in when I do my next thread for Game Week 17. So go give me a follow on Twitter at FPLMattDay. But we'll go through to the first question, which has come in on the post itself from Robert Hollis, FPL Yellow Army. Great account, so go and give him a follow as well. He's asked, what do I do? 2 free transfers with 1 million in the bank. So let's bring up his team here. So here it is on screen. 2 free transfers. He's got a pretty solid team. Obviously, he's got Mbeumo injured. But if you look at it there, Areola he's 50-50 at the moment in terms of playing. And we're not sure if Turner's going to play. So for me, I would probably say Turner for Dubravka. Get a goalkeeper in that's going to start. You've got the Trippier, Gordon, Isaac. Yeah, okay. That's very, very tricky. Okay, so let's go back onto his question. Okay, so he has got 1 million in the bank. Okay, so that's handy. I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, well, he's going to have money with the second transfer I want to make for him anyway. But I'd probably say Turner out. We're not sure if he's going to regain his place back at Nottingham Forest. I'd probably be going for a goalkeeper. Such as maybe Leno, I think, or Robert Sanchez. Actually, I'd say Robert Sanchez for Chelsea. He's picked up some good points this season. They've got a great run of games. And even when they concede, he gets lots of save points as well. So I'd go Robert Sanchez for Turner. You've got Areola there, who's a playing goalkeeper as well, but he just might be injured this week. Happy with your back three. I think it looks pretty good for this coming game week. Obviously, a double up there on Arsenal. There's not much more you can do for this game week. Strong midfield. Loving the pick of He-Chan. When Mbeumo out, I think it will have to be quite template with Cole Palmer in. And that's your 2 transfers already for game week 16. So good luck, mate. Let me know what moves you end up making. Let's go on to the next question now. So we'll just scroll out here on the Twitter page. Let's get out of the picture. Okay, so we had a bunch of questions actually come on the repost of this thread. So we'll go down onto that to our next question. So Don Grenda asked, who should I change Andersen with? So I think he means Crystal Palace's Andersen in defence. If you can get to Pedro Porro and you've got the extra money, I would do it. Go to Pedro Porro. If you can't, and you're looking for some other cheap alternative options, I think Soufal from West Ham's pretty handy. Decent run of games. Look, they're not keeping clean sheets, but no one really is right now. But with that in mind, he's an attacking threat. I'd also probably even look at a sideways move. Well, not necessarily sideways. So I'm not recommending Palace, but another centre-back type of player with Pau Torres or Konsa from Aston Villa. Couple of tough games coming up, but they've also got Sheffield United at home in between that. So you could play him in that one. And he's become a bit of a goal threat at the moment, Pau Torres, getting forward in attacking positions and looking really good from corner. So that would be my options, my immediate options right now for Andersen. And I think in the long run, you'll get more change out of someone like Pau Torres than an Andersen, who has started the season well. But I think Pau Torres for me. But if you can get to Pedro Porro, get to Pedro Porro. But great question. Let's go into the next question. So thanks, Don, for that one. So we had FPL somewhere. Let's just zoom in so you can see this question. He has asked, or she has asked, sold Darwin, root for Trent with 2 free transfers, or get 2 free transfers for Chelsea players and Malpay. Oh, you've got to go for Trent. Take the 2 free transfers, get to Trent. You can focus on Chelsea players, next game week if you need to. They're not crucial this game week. The next few game weeks, Chelsea do have some good fixtures. You can find ways to get them in. Cole Palmer's pretty cheap. Reece James, if he ends up being someone that's going to play week in, week out, or Colwill, are quite cheap anyway. Get to Trent. If you've got a way of getting to Trent, the 2 free transfers, FPL somewhere, you've got to get to Trent. Chelsea players, you can work them in over time. Onto the Ball. What a great account. Go give him a follow now. Onto the Ball if you haven't done already. He's asking, can I return one hardly used Doku in exchange for a refund of Luis Diaz? So for some context, Onto the Ball had Luis Diaz. He swapped him out for Doku. He now wants Luis Diaz back. Look, I would say for this game week, Luis Diaz is likely to start at Palace. I would do it for this game week if Doku is definitely ruled out of the fixture against Luton. And just do it. Get him back in because you're just going to regret it if Luis Diaz comes out and hauls. So, yes, you can make that move, mate. Christian, great account as well, fellow Spurs fans. Let's have a look at his question here. We'll just zoom in. Given they are somewhat finding form now, which Everton players to target on a 2-week Hail Mary? Good question. Decore scored last night, I believe, looks really solid all the time. I watch Everton, especially, in those nicer green fixtures, finds himself getting in the box. McNeil's obviously showed a lot of promise under Sean Dyche. He's got a couple of winning goals now, or crucial goals. But for me, Braithwaite at 4 million as well. When Everton keep it tight at the back in those sort of relegation or closer type of games, Braithwaite, big for the bonus because he's very good on the ball. Kind of John Stones-esque when John Stones was at Everton. So Decore, McNeil and Braithwaite for me. I wouldn't go back to Pickford, although he makes some good stops, is attracted to the bonus points. I just wouldn't go back there. I think there's better goalkeeper options, Christian, but they're my 3 Everton players if you're going to go for a sort of a Hail Mary. I'd say Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he did miss a great chance against Newcastle last night, but yeah, his injury record is just too worrying for me. And Beto doesn't look like he's getting the consistent minutes. So there would be my Everton Hail Marys for the next couple of weeks. FPL Courtney, thanks for the question. Go give her a follow if you haven't done already. Leeds United fan, loves FPL as well. So great account. Best captain, Salah v Palace or Haaland v Luton, both away games. If you follow my content, go check out my latest short, and that will show you Haaland for me is the best captain for this game week away at Luton. Tricky game still. We saw that against Arsenal, but they let 4 goals in that game. These are the types of games Haaland grabs doubles, hat-tricks. These are the games he lives for City. Most of his goals last season were against teams in the bottom half. That's where he got an abundance of his goals. So for me, it's got to be Haaland this week. But 2 very good fixtures, obviously. And that's all the questions that we got this week. Some really, really good questions. So thanks to everyone that got involved and asked some questions ahead of Game Week 16. Like I mentioned before, to be involved in these videos, go to my Twitter, FPLMattDay. You can see it there on screen. Ask a question ahead of Game Week 17. You can even go onto this thread and ask another one on Game Week 16, and I will give you a shout out on my live deadline podcast tomorrow, prior to the Crystal Palace Liverpool game and the FPL deadline. So there we have it. Again, thanks to everyone that's asked the questions. Good luck for game week 16. Also, you can use this video as a way to ask questions in the comments. Give the channel a subscribe. Give the video a like as well. Get all your questions in as well. I will be back tomorrow prior to deadline for FPL Game Week 16 deadline podcast. I'll see you all then. Best of luck for this game week. Hope it treats you well and better than what Game Week 15 did for some of us. All the best. I'm FPLMattDay. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.